Hello everyone around the world, welcome back. So it's Sunday, it's weekend. So I decided to go further or close to my subscribers. If you are one of the subscriber, I think this video is very important to everyone. Whether you have been watching these videos, leaving comments or not leaving comments. So what we want to do today, no, we are not going to fix anything. We are not going to fix anything. I have some jobs to fix, but I just want to take this opportunity just to explain how the repair industry is going, especially on the African side, where resources are scarce, but at the same time you want to meet consumer expectation and you want to satisfy the customers, but you don't have resources, you don't have space, you don't have enough tools, but you want to do a job. So what I want to do, we are going to do like electronics or our repairs. We are not going to fix anything. We just want to rush straight to the comment section and pay attention to some challenges which are being faced by other subscribers. I understand some of the subscribers, they are in this repair business. They are facing a lot of challenges. They are sending, they are leaving their comments, but because the thing, we are on different parts of the world. Some they are in Africa, some they are not in Africa, and it's so hard to help everyone. It's very hard to help everyone, especially when it comes to repairs, because I have to see the device, I have to check it on my own. But let's just be concerned a little bit. So what I'm going to do, you forget about what is on my workbench. We want to attend to comment section. That is the main aim of this video, and we shall be doing this on weekends. We will be revisiting the comments. We'll try to attend one or two comments. I know time can be scarce, but I will try to sacrifice so that at least everyone will feel like welcomed to the channel, will feel at home. I want everyone to feel at home, because this channel is nothing without you guys. Everyone has a positive contribution to the channel. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's go on desktop. Let's go on desktop. Let's go on desktop. Here we're talking about a channel which is still an infant with nearly 4K subscribers. I want to thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. This channel is nothing without you guys. So what we are going to do here, we are on the comments section dashboard. We are on the comment section dashboard. People, they leave their comments, and a lot of comments I did not respond. It's not like I don't want to respond to your comments, but time is so scarce. So we shall try by all means that every week we will be attending to comment section. On the last video, when I uploaded a video of how to fix the light issue on laptop motherboard, someone leave a comment. Thank you. You are an electronic vet. We are learning from you. Is it possible to cut off the plug of a laptop charger and use it as an external power supply in order to inject voltage and to find shorted components. Huh? Here we have an issue. Here we have an issue. So, in other words, what the subscriber is trying to say is it possible to use it like a laptop charger as a variable power supply? According to how I see things, laptop chargers, most of the laptop chargers, they are working with 19 volts, around 2 point something, 3.5, 3 point something amps. We have constant output voltage and constant output current. I don't think that will work. Why? Because here we have a laptop motherboard. We have some coils. This is a power supply. Let's suppose we have a short on this. This looks like the processor power supply, because here we have the processor socket. These are some kind of old laptop motherboards, which I'm just using as an example. Suppose here the vehicle power supply for the processor has a short to ground, and this is working with 1 volt, and you want to use a laptop charger as a variable power supply. How are you going to inject 1 volt? Huh? How are you going to inject 1 volt on using a 19 volts charger, which has got fixed voltage and fixed current? Because here we are talking of a laptop charger. If you inject 19 volts on a 1 volt power rail, or on a 1.5 power rail for the RAM, or even 5 volts for the USB, bad things can happen. You can cause more damage on the motherboard. So my answer to this subscriber is that no, you can't use a laptop charger power supply, because you are checking different power rails. Not only that, the laptop charger, the way how it is designed to keep constant current and constant voltage. Here we need to adjust some current, we need to adjust voltage depending with what we are checking. It's very easy. What you have to do, if you go on AliExpress, you see this is the exact power supply which I'm using. But mine is not a switching power supply. It's a linear power supply, and it's going for $26.95 on AliExpress. So some things you have to sacrifice. $26.95 is not a lot. You can budget the money like less than $100, because on this amount you have to pay. You see shipping here. Shipping to my country, the cheapest is going to 40 US, more than the buying price. You need to take your time if you are taking orders on AliExpress, because some suppliers they are overcharging the product, and on shipping companies, some they are charging more than the value of the item, which is not good. But what you have to do, try to grab a adjustable power supply. You can't use a laptop charger to inject voltages on motherboards. The comment on a different video: must all power supplies coil have 19 volts capacitor around it? Yeah. I think the way I think the way our switching power supply is working on laptop motherboards, I think we can draw a rough sketch of how things are working on the laptop motherboards. We have the 19 volts here. We have the charging port, 19 volts, and it's coming to some kind of MOSFETs, M1 and M2. These are MOSFETs in serial mode from the charging port. Can be channel N, can be channel P, that's less important. After that, we have the current resistor, that's the VCC point. That's the VCC point. And from this VCC point, the laptop is all the power supplies, they are getting power from this 19 volts. So from here, maybe we have a power supply, the RAM voltage. We have a RAM voltage here. This 19 volts is not just passing to the RAM. We have a switching power supply here. We have some ceramic capacitors. We have some ceramic capacitors here. Like 2, like 3, or it can be 4. After that, we have MOSFETs. Those are switches. Exactly what they are doing, they are switches, because we have gate, source and drain, and the gate is the trigger of these MOSFETs. The other MOSFET is a high side MOSFET, is connected to those ceramic capacitors which are working with 19 volts. The other one is connected to ground. So those MOSFETs, they are being managed by the driver here. Here we have a driver. We have a driver, but before this driver, we have a coil. We have a coil here. We have a coil, and the driver here. So those MOSFETs switching up and down, up and down, up and down, switching this coil. Here we have a coil here. Up, down coil will create voltage here on the output. Let's put a driver here. That's the driver. And here, after the coil, we have a electrolyte capacitor. We have some electrolyte capacitor on the output, and here we have the RAM. So in most 80 or 90% of the laptops, they have the same configuration. 19 volts is coming from the VCC. We have some ceramic capacitors. Our subscriber asking, is it possible that all the we have is those capacitors on every switching power supply? Back to the comment. Let me go back to the comment desktop. Must all power supplies coil have 19 volts capacitors? Yes, they are called ceramic capacitors. These ones. These ones. These are the ceramic capacitors which are on every switching power supply on laptop motherboard. So every power supply, every coil is working with these capacitors. And what these capacitors they are doing, they are working as spikes. They are preventing spikes. They are preventing some rough inflow of voltage and current into the switching power supply. Because after these two MOSFET and the coil, here we have a filter or an electrolytic capacitor which is stabilizing voltage on the output. So Hope I answered this question nicely. What are the name of 2 points you put the jumper wire? That was a Dell Inspiron dead by water damage. Let me look for the video. That is the video. That is the video. Let me play the video. Where did I put the wire? Here, you see what I was doing here. I was putting a jumper from one switching power supply to the other. From one switching power supply to the other. And those, you know what? This is the common mistake many people do on repairs. You see here, must all power supply have 19 volts on capacitors around it? Yes. Yes, on every switching power supply, you have ceramic capacitors there to prevent spikes into the switching power supply. And what are the names of 2 test points you put the jumper wire? Or on this video, where I put the jumper wire from another switching power supply which was having 19 volts to another. This is some kind of water damage. This was like a water damage job, a water damage motherboard. So it's very hard to have a proper approach on how to do a repair on a water damaged motherboard. So what I did, I checked the 19 volts. Here, the 19 volts was passing through these MOSFETs into the motherboard. But the challenge on that video, some power supplies were having 19 volts, others the 19 volts was missing. And those points, they are just test points. Don't complicate the repair. That is the common mistake done by many technicians. You end up complicating the repair. At the end, there's no results. So those are just test points where you can put jumper from one point to another. You can check some voltages. Yeah, that's what you can do on those test points. You can modify the schematic. You come with a jumper from that point to a particular area, depending with what you are doing, what you are repairing there. So the next question, wonderful video. With you are learning every day. Thank you so much for the appreciation. One of the subscribers saying, how do you get links to download the BIOS dump files? How do you get links to download dump files? On dump files, what I'm doing, I have a guy in South Africa. You know why I love South Africa? Most of the subscribers, they are coming from my neighbor country, which is South Africa. And also, I have a friend of mine there who linked me to a chat room on Instagram, and the people, they are sharing dump files. They are sharing dump files. If I don't find the dump file on Google, I'm asking the guy, he's sending me some dump files of almost various kind of laptop motherboards. Okay. Another comment here. Please say, is the coil okay if they are beeping to ground? What's the essence of checking if a beep will be heard? I can't get this question correctly, but from what I'm thinking, let's go to the workbench. From what I'm thinking, the subscribers is asking about coils. Is it? Does that mean really necessarily mean it's a short to ground if the coil is beeping to ground? My question is no. My answer is no. On motherboards, this is a motherboard. This is just a random motherboard. On motherboards, we have different power supplies. We have RAM voltage. We have the processor. We have the GPU. We have the USB power supply. We have the charging circuit, which is being managed by the BQ chip. Yeah. So if we check coils, you have to know. You have to know what kind of power supply, switching power supply you are checking. Suppose you are checking. Let's check these coils. We have this. We have this motherboard. Let's check these coils. I think we can check. Just clear this with the subscriber. The multimeter is beeping. We can hear the beep. Let's check the coils. You see this coil? This coil is beeping to ground. And this coil is beeping to ground. Even if we have a closer look on this motherboard, we have two coils. We have those MOSFETs. We have those ceramic capacitors. I think we can do it even under microscope. Under microscope, I think we can check. So what do we have here? We have coils. We have those MOSFETs. Yeah, those MOSFETs with two gates. Those are double MOSFETs. And you see those small guys, those are ceramic capacitors, which I was talking about. They are connected on 90 volts power line. And this is the processor power supply. But next we do have the processor here. So if you check those coils, the coil is beeping to ground and you think it's a short. And you think, oh, the coil is beeping to ground, we have a short. This is actually the resistance of the processor, because the processor is working with 1 volt, and it's very common for a 1 volt power line to beep to ground. So beeping to ground, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a short. Maybe we are checking the GPU power supply or the processor power supply, which is working with the low voltages, and the resistance is very low to ground. Yeah, the multimeter can beep to ground, but that does not mean that that's a short. So hope I answered this question nicely. I have an Echo LH50S. It is showing flickering lines. What can be the cause? What can be the cause of this? Need to be fixed. Lines on the on TVs. You have to understand. You have to understand that you can't fix everything. You have to understand that you can't fix everything. Lines on the screen, there are so many causes. Maybe the screen is faulty. Maybe the connector for the LVDS is faulty. Maybe the cable which is passing some signals and voltages from the motherboard to the screen is faulty. Maybe we have some missing signals. We have to check. We have VGL, we have VGH. We have so many signals there. So yeah, you have to check things first before you condemn the gadget or before you condemn the screen. So try to check some voltages to check necessary things which can lead to lines on the screen. Okay? What else? What else? We have this question. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting to respond to this comment for a long time. You remember this video? This one, where I put the jumper from another power supply to another power supply, and the motherboard came back to life. And I have a comment here. Do you think the inductor in the 5 volts is good? Maybe it was the one that blocked the 19 volts. What do you think about that? What do you think about this? So yeah, it's good to comment, because from the comments I can see what people they understand, what they don't understand. So here we have a power supply that we draw here. Just an example, this is the RAM power supply, which is outputting 1.5 volts going straight to the RAM. And here we have a coil. We have a coil here. This coil, if everything is working, what you will see on this coil will be 1.5 volts. The voltage that you see on this coil will be 1.5 volts. Let's take this instead, that this is a 5 volts power supply, switching power supply on that particular video. And this is the coil. This is meant to output 5 volts. So my question is, what is the relationship between this coil and the main 19 volts power line? Because that coil is on a switching power supply, on the output of a switching power supply which is meant to work with 5 volts. So I don't think that coil has nothing to do with the blockage of the 19 volts power line to other switching power supply on different motherboards. Check this motherboard. Let's take this motherboard for instance. We have different coils. I never found like a bad coil. especially on laptop motherboard. I never found a bad coil, but on TVs, yeah, found bad coils. Like a coil is not passing some edge to the other side. But here, for the entire history, when I started fixing some, I never found a bad coil on laptop motherboard. Let me know in the comments. Maybe someone once faced some such problem where the coil was not sending voltage from one side to another. Even if this coil working with 5 volts, this coil has nothing to do with the main 19 volts power line, unless that coil is in line with the 19 volts power line. In our case, the coil was for an independent switching power supply, which was outputting 5 volts. So the coil has nothing to do with the 19 volts, which was not getting to other switching power supplies. On an open view, please assist me. Mine is showing green light at first, then red light forever. The way how the open view they are working, I think I do have one here. I do have one. The way this is an open view satellite receiver. In most cases, let me see if I do have the motherboard. 1 second. Yeah, I found a motherboard. In most cases, what I found based on experience from this, the common fault on this open view, the processor is dying so easily. This processor, which will be under heatsink, is dying so easily, and that's when you start seeing your decoder is going to red to green. Is going from green to red, because it's supposed to be red to green, not green to red. So if you check everything and you don't see like a shorted component or a shorted power supply, what you can try to do before you conclude that the processor is dead, I believe there's a SPI memory chip there. There's a memory chip, like a BIOS. Well, you can swap the BIOS if it's the firmware. You can solve the problem, but in most cases, you have a dead processor. And you can't do anything. You can't do anything. That is the point where you have to accept a defeat. I have a laptop that has a Connex. This is a very long. The second upload on the channel, the second video to be uploaded on the channel from the beginning. When we started the channel, someone commented, I have the same laptop. It's really giving me problem with the Wi-Fi. On the Wi-Fi, if we are having issues with Wi-Fi, what I'm doing, if you are having issues with the Wi-Fi, try to reload the new drivers. If it's not working, reload a new Windows. If it's not working, try to run a driver pack. If that is not giving you the result, you now have 2 options left. On the Wi-Fi side, what will be left is to open up the laptop. After opening up the laptop, you change the Wi-Fi card. Maybe you have a fault Wi-Fi card. I found in many laptops the Wi-Fi is not working because of a fault network card. If you change the network card, still you don't have the result, I'll move on to change the Wi-Fi IC, the network IC. Okay, so that's the issue with the Wi-Fi problems. Please say, how do I identify ceramic capacitors or 19 volts power rail? Because we just went to these capacitors directly. It's very easy, very easy, very easy. What you do, because I explained these things so many times. You come with your multimeter here from the plus of the charging port. You see where the 19 volts is going. Obviously, it's beeping to this one side of this first MOSFET. Can be 4 pins together, which is drain, and on the output 3 pins together, source and our gate, which is going straight to the BQ chip. So if you check the multimeter, is beeping here. You go on the output, is beeping to the second. You go on the output, is beeping to the current sensor. From this current sensor, you have to put your multimeter on diode mode. You know the beeping mode. If you put your multimeter on the beeping mode, for sure it will take you to the ceramic capacitors. That's the only way to identify them, because they are always close to the coils. You see here, let's go here. We have coil, MOSFET, ceramic capacitors. This ceramic capacitor for sure is connected on the 19 volts power line. If you go on a different power supply here, you see here, we have coil, we have those ceramic capacitors here. We have this coil, we have this ceramic neck, we have this ceramic here, ceramic capacitors. It's very easy. It's very easy, even on this one. We have coils, output capacitors. If you check on the other side, we have those MOSFETs, and if you see those capacitors, they are connected on the 19 volts power line. So to confirm if those capacitors they are going there, check with the multimeter. Check with the multimeter from the output of this second MOSFET, like here. Here is meant to be charging port. We have those MOSFET in the current sensor. I think we can check on the current sensor to those capacitors, and it's beeping. If you put this probe to the ground, it's not beeping because this is plus. This is plus, is beeping to those ceramic capacitors. Exactly what I told you here. So that's how you identify those ceramic capacitors or on laptop motherboard. We still have more questions. Okay. Please, I need some help with the motherboard. All power rails they are present, but the power to the CPU did not come on. The CPU MOSFET voltage on the source, but none on the gate. The USB controller was heating up. When I checked with the thermal, I had to desolder it, hoping it will post without it. And when I started it, the fan was spinning non-stop with no post. Here we have an issue. because if you have the 19 volts power line on all the switching power supplies, and you don't have power on the CPU, on the vehicle section, on the CPU power supply. From my own understanding, on most of the laptop motherboards, those voltages on the CPU power supply, they are coming on after you have pressed the power on switch. And what you have to do, you have to check the MOSFETs. Check the MOSFETs. If the MOSFETs they are good or not. You can check the MOSFET on the vehicle section. If the MOSFET, if you have a shorted MOSFET there, in most cases it's a bad luck. That's what I always say to people. Know your limit. You can't fix everything when you are doing electronics, because if that MOSFET is shorted, suppose this is the RAM power supply. If this MOSFET, this high side MOSFET, this one, the high side MOSFET, both we have high side, we have the low side MOSFET. If this high side MOSFET is shorted, this 19 volts, instead of this driver to manage this MOSFET to bring 1.5 volts on the output, the 19 volts will pass straight to the RAM. And if the 19 volts pass straight to the RAM, that is the case when you see your laptop is not displaying, and if you touch the RAM, that RAM is getting super hot. It's getting mad hot because the 19 volts is passing, and if it passed to the RAM, obviously the RAM will be killed instantly. Same with the GPU, same with the processor. If one of the MOSFET is shorted, you might be lucky to replace the MOSFET and you have a working motherboard, but in most cases the results are so bad because the processor will die instantly because of high voltage, because the processor is working with 1 volt. If the processor is working with 1 volt and the 19 volts goes straight to the CPU, obviously the CPU will be strained and will die instantly. So you can't fix everything, but you have to check. You have to check if the MOSFETs are good. Try to swap the MOSFET, try to swap the driver. If it's not working, consider it a no fix, because you can't do anything there. So that was the story of today. This is not like I know everything in electronics. No, this is a journey. We are trying to help each other. People, they are fixing different around the world. They are fixing various kind of devices around the world, but there's only one thing: the level of knowledge is so different to everyone. So what you see as simple on your side can be hard to someone, because some they just started recently to understand how the circuits are working, how motherboards are working, and some they are still struggling to read schematics. That is, if you are on that level of fixing laptop motherboard with the schematics. But on this channel, whatever we're doing, we're not using schematics, because we know already what all those chips they are meant to do. We know how the power supplies they are working. We know how a switching power supply is working, how we are supposed to check some voltages, how we are checking the certain kind of problems. And You can do it. You can do it because this comes after a long period of trying to do some attempts to repair. Some I was successful, some I didn't manage to fix the laptops. And what I like, if you fail, you learn something from your failures. So you must have experience, you must have the passion, you know, the eager to learn new things. Yeah, that will make you a better technician in the future. So here we shall try to attend to the comments on weekends to everyone. So if you don't understand something or you want me to explain something, please leave a comment and I'll try to answer you in the future. I'll try to answer you in the future. We'll do this like a habit. Every weekend we'll recheck the comments. We'll try to answer everyone so that everyone will feel at home. Everyone will feel at home. You feel answered. So yeah, all what you have to remember, you have to remember the kind of love that I have to you guys. I love you so much, and I always dedicate this to you. So yeah, like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell for future updates. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, just click on the subscription button and turn on the notification bell so that every time we upload new content, you will be notified. Yeah, we'll try to come with something better in the future. See you on the next one. Bye.